Hello, hello, hello. Alright, this is Dead Island. So, with Dead Island 2 coming out in the very near future, I figured why not go back and play some Dead Island and see if. Try to figure out if I think Dead Island 2 is going to be better than Dead Island 1. Because, honestly, this is a pretty great game. And most games suffer from the issue of the sequels being crappier than the original. It's a very well known thing. It happens with almost every game. Um, you could say that happened with Dying Light. You could. A lot of people like Dying Light 1 over Dying Light 2, but it is all preference. But let's just go over the main things, right? Why not do some missions in the background?
Talking about a chopper going
One of obviously biggest differences between Dead Island 1 and Dead Island 2 is obviously going to be the fact that they're coming out like a massive amount of time in between. Because Dead Island 2 was one of those games that's been supposed to be coming out for quite a long time now. And due to that, it's being released in years later. We have whole different technology. We have everything's very different. So, what is that going to cause the difference? Like, what difference is that going to cause in the game for it being very separate things? I know there's a couple one of the main focuses of Dead Island 2 seems to be it's going to have a lot more gore, I guess, more brutality, where you can like shoot a zombie in the leg and its leg will fall off, or like it'll be a bullet hole right through its knee, or you'll actually like it has new flesh, and just how it all looks. It's going to look a lot better, and it's also going to play a part in the game on how you're fighting. It seems to be more tactical. That is kind of one of the biggest focuses they're going on. Obviously, the graphics are going to look like amazing. It's a newer game, and it's a AAA company, so obviously the graphics are going to be amazing. But to be fair, I'm not going to lie. I don't remember the exact date when this came out. I'll probably just throw it up on screen. But to be fair, for an older game, the graphics on this game are actually phenomenal. Came out quite a while ago, and it looks great. Obviously, there's not like if you go close to like a rock or something over there, you're not going to see much detail. But for an older game, it's doing really good graphically. Even the gore, I was like just playing earlier. It is actually quite good. You chop a zombie right by its leg, and there's a chance it'll come off. There's a chance it'll come off, but you can't guarantee it, right? So, I'm definitely excited for Dead Island 2, because Dead Island 1 is an amazing game, and it did really good. As you can see, because, look at that, this is a really old game. In general, the graphics look amazing. Like I said, obviously, if you go close, the detail's not great, but it's honestly not that bad. Like, some newer games look worse than this graphically. So that's obviously going to be one of the biggest changes. There's no doubt about that. The graphics are going to be amazing in Dead Island 2. The story, I wouldn't say is Dead Island's strongest point. I'm not saying it's bad, because I know a lot of people, like any of the big fans of this game, are going to get mad at me for saying that. I'm not saying Dead Island's story is bad, but I'm also not saying it's great either. It's not the best story ever. It's not really the purpose of the game. The main point of this game is gameplay. You want really fun gameplay. I do really like the gameplay, because it's very much like Dying Light. It's fun, just beating up hordes of zombies. But there's some differences to it, obviously. It's like, there's no parkour and stuff, so it's just fun gameplay about story. So I don't know how the story is going to actually be in the new Dead Island. It might not be that great, to be honest. And that's fine. It's not a big deal if it's not that great, as long as the gameplay is really good. But if the graphics, I can't believe I completely missed that. But if the graphics actually do happen to be really good, like it's showing, and they actually happen to have a really good story as well, it's a big plus. It's a big bonus on top of this game. Obviously, we won't see till it gets played. But I've seen a couple videos of people who got to play it a little bit early. Check it out, and they talked about it. Obviously, they don't want it being shown so much because they're trying to keep it a surprise. It looks, from what they're saying, it seems good. It seems like it's going to be alright, and it seems like it's very focused on being better gameplay, which is what we're looking for.
My name is Nikolai. You can see this piece of shit helicopter that was supposed to get me up. We need to get... before...
Oh great, I gotta protect him. It got me stuck. I was just gonna run past them, but it did not work. My character's now just taking a nap because he was very tired. There is something you could do to get rid of being tired. You could have yourself an energy drink, and a good one I would recommend is DUBBY. If you're wondering what DUBBY is, you can go take a look on the link in the description. It is a healthier alternative energy drink. It's the tubs, you can have the powder and stuff. You can also get packets as well, and they do have their own cups. I highly recommend you check them out. They got a couple cool flavors, and they'll probably have more eventually, but right now they do have a pretty decent variety. You can go check them out on the link in the description, like I said, and go see if you want to try anything there. And then if you want, you can use a 10% discount code, which I will also have on screen and in the description as well. So yeah, go check them out, and yeah. But yes, so Dead Island 2 it looks better, but we obviously won't know until we actually play it. I will say though, it's playing Dead Island 1 again, it's actually crazy how good this game actually is. It's not that bad. Like,
kill them!
For
Bust their fucking heads in.
Jesus. For its time, it's actually amazing. Like, there actually is a decent level of detail to the gore, but obviously it's been enhanced by 1000% in the new one. It's actually a pretty decent amount, and like, it's pretty brutal. And fairly detailed for how old the game is. So if they manage to make Dead Island 2 is way better than that, which from what we've seen, it looks like it's going to be, and a story ends up being okay, and obviously one of the big ones is you want to make sure when you get on the game, the gameplay doesn't feel like stiff, because that's a big problem with a lot of games. I know it's going to be, from what I've heard, it's going to be a little different in the fact that it's going to be more tactical. Jesus. It's going to be a lot more tactical, is what I was trying to say. Jesus Christ. That is going to be one of the biggest differences, because I've heard a bunch of people saying that. It's going to be a lot more tactical of a game, so less arcadey style. But there's still a difference between it being more tactical and you have to take it slower than it being stiff, because some games just have really stiff controls where you're like moving around and you feel restricted, you feel like you can't do certain things, and obviously you don't want that because it's not that fun. But from what I've heard, it doesn't seem like it's going to be that way, but like I said, we won't know till the game actually comes out. For example, oh, I see, that was sick, see? Now, it's a little laggy, obviously, but it's an older game. Like, the arm is floating, but... oh, is that a leg? Is it an arm or a leg? It's an arm, okay. But yeah, see, there's an example. But considering when this game... did you just try to stab me when this game came out, and it still holds up like this? That's amazing. So I can't wait to see. So, do I think Dead Island 2 will be better? Honestly, I do. I think Dead Island 2. I think it will be better than the first game. That's what I'm saying, first impressions from what I've seen, video-wise, trailers, what I've heard. That's what it seems like. Now, obviously, we, like I said, can't 100% know until we actually play it, but it seems like it will be a better game. It seems like they've put a lot of work into it, which you hope they have, because the game's been in the works for quite a long time now after being delayed. one of the biggest delayed games of all time. Can I kick the beach ball? See, that's sad. Now, I also hope Dead Island 2 actually has some scary moments, because this game does. When you get into the dark buildings and stuff, it actually does get pretty creepy. I'm hoping... Who's screaming? Oh, is it you? Yeah. Yeah, I hope Dead Island 2 actually has scary moments, because this game did, and from what we've seen in the trailers, there doesn't really look to be any terrifying or scary or horror-like moments in it. It seems to be very just fun gameplay-wise, just go, like, cause chaos, kill zombies. Obviously, that is the main point of the game. It's not meant to be a full-out horror game, but I hope there's at least some horror aspects, because this game did have that too, so... It'd be nice if they at least added some of that. Is there an easier way up there? Oh, yeah, there's a ladder. Nice. So, when Dead Island 2 does come out, I do plan on trying it as soon as I can get my hands on it. I might not be able to get my hands on it right away. Because of the fact that, you know, it's a new game and it's going to be kind of pricey. I might not be able to afford buying it right off purchase. But that is so sick. Just heads rolling around everywhere. But I do plan on trying it as soon as I can get it. And hopefully I can review it and get confirmation on all the things I said that I'm hoping that it's going to be. Now, as long as it doesn't end up like a lot of games nowadays where it's not exactly perfect to everyone's opinions, and so then they just want to cancel the game and they say it's horrible, then I'm fine. Because a lot of games do that, and it's really annoying because not every game's going to be perfect. Every game has issues. A lot of people don't realize that, apparently. So, yes, even though it's been in the works for a long time, the game might still have its issues. That's a thing that does happen. Hope they bring the kicking back. That's fun. See the... Can I cut the arm off? I did, nice. Okay. Can I cut this one, the leg off? See? It's great. The detail. There is so many... How did I miss so many shots? But yeah, no, I can't wait for to see how good this is gonna be, the Dead Island 2. I'm hoping it's like not gonna be a complete lie and it's actually gonna have all the stuff that they're saying. Wow, I am getting messed up. I gotta go. I'm getting messed up and I just got a challenge thing that popped up. Said, yeah, really? Well, that is the majority of what I wanted to say for this video. Just kind of showcasing how good Dead Island 1 is so that people can see and be able to compare it to Dead Island 2 when it does come out. I also would like to try out Dying Light's DLC when that comes out as well, because they got a big DLC coming eventually, and that could potentially make or break the game. So it's exciting to see that come out too. But I guess we'll end this video right where it started somehow. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video, and can't wait to check out Dead Island 2 and see if it's actually going to be better, because, well, at the moment, from what we've seen, it seems like it might potentially actually be a good sequel, unlike most games. So I hope you enjoyed, and that's it for the video.